everyone, in this lesson we're going to talk about how to draw Lewis dot diagrams. This is going to be a tool and really a model that is really great for using when we're trying to figure out how atoms are bonding with each other, whether that's ionically or covalently, whether they're sharing or transferring electrons. This type of model is really good because it shows us just what's happening with the valence electrons. So let's take a look at how we do this. So on the top we see here's an example of a Lewis dot structure for boron. So this atom of boron has 3 valence electrons. So we show those valence electrons around the symbol. So here we see 1, 2, 3 valence electrons. When we place the dots around our symbol, there is a particular order that you should do this in. So we're going to place the top first, then the bottom, then left, then right. We're going to place all of those on their own first before we double them up. The reason we do that is because by placing them alone, essentially that's indicating to us that those are potential bonding sites for that atom. So the more lone electrons that we see in our Lewis dot structure, the more potential bonding sites there are for that atom. So let's go ahead and see an example of this. So I have bromine symbol shown on the right. And bromine, if I look at the periodic table, it's in the 7th column. So it's going to have 7 valence electrons. Okay, so I'm going to start placing them. I'm going to place my first one on the top. So there's 1, second one on the bottom, there's 2, third one on the left, there's 3, fourth one on the right, then top, doubling up, bottom, and left. So there is bromine's Lewis dot structure. So here I can see 7 total valence electrons, and notice how 3 of them on 3 sides, they are paired up, whereas 1 on one side is just a single. So that essentially is telling me, hey, this bromine has 1 potential bonding site here. So we have a rule when we're bonding atoms together, and that is that all atoms want a complete octet, and we call this the octet rule. Essentially, it's saying that atoms want to have 8 valence electrons because having 8 valence electrons makes them stable. And essentially, really what that's saying is atoms want to have a full outer energy level. They want to have a complete set of electrons and that outer energy level. So that last orbital should be full. We have one exception to this, and that's hydrogen. Hydrogen only wants 2, which makes sense because if we look at hydrogen, if we have our protons and neutrons in the middle, so protons, there's 1, neutrons, there's 0, and then we have our orbital. Hydrogen has 1 electron, but remember, this first orbital only needs 2 electrons to be full. So in order for hydrogen to fill this orbital, it only needs 1 additional electron. So hydrogen really only wants to have 2 electrons. So it's kind of the octet rule violator. You can think of hydrogen's rule as really the duet rule because it only wants 2, because it only needs 2 to fill that first orbital. So atoms will gain, they will lose, or they will share valence electrons with other atoms in order to achieve this complete octet. And they will do something different depending on first what other atoms are around and available for them to react to, and whatever is going to require the least energy. Atoms are super lazy. So think of them as just really lazy people, maybe like, teenagers, kind of lazy, just want to sit around, play video games, whatever. Think about yourself in the summer, maybe. So they're going to do whatever requires the least amount of energy in order for them to achieve that stable octet. Noble gases. So we talked about the noble gases a little bit in our last unit on how they are super stable. Well, the reason they're super stable is because they have that full outer energy level. They have already achieved a complete octet. So because all of these noble gases have the electrons or that full outer shell that they're really looking for, they really won't react with anything else because they're not don't want anything. They don't want any additional electrons. They're not looking to get rid of any electrons. They have their octets, so they don't need to do anything in order to achieve that octet. Again, our one exception here is helium. Helium also follows that duet rule, so there's two electrons, and when we show helium's Lewis dot structure, we show both of those electrons next to each other on the top, not one on the top, one on the bottom. So we actually showed those two electrons paired up in the helium. So just keep that in mind when you guys are drawing those.